This is my BMW 7 Series, and even though it is older than me and a little rough around the edges, I'm rather fond of it. But more on that a little later on, because last night I received another email, and this one is of great interest to us. And it reads, "Dear Mike," and if you're new here, that's me by the way, "we're running a campaign for something coming up and we need a character to be in the campaign. It's all about your two favourite things ever, BMWs and Italian design. Do you fancy it? Cheers, BMW." How could I say no?
Mike, have you read the bit at the bottom?
Sorry?
Read the bit at the bottom.
P.S. The campaign is in Italy and it starts in 2 days. Well, we'd best get a move on. Matt, hop in. And so, our 1,000-mile commute across Europe begins. But this time, not in a brand new £1 million press car or a cheap car that we've bought for the sake of the film. No, this time we're doing it in my personal pride and joy. A car that, in my opinion, deserves more screen time than just about anything else I've ever driven, and a car that I really need to work now more than ever. Getting this BMW job is a big deal for me. I grew up having BMW posters as a kid, and now I've grown up to own nothing but BMWs for the last third of my life. So if there's one job I couldn't afford to cock up, this would be it. And to prove that point, when I was offered flights to and from Italy for this job, I said no. Let me drive my own car, so I can bring my best mates and you along for the ride. Plus, it gives us a chance to check out some of the quirks of Central Europe before getting really involved in BMW heaven ourselves. Yeah, this film will be heavy on the Bavarian stuff. But first, we kick off this trip in our favourite place, the exit of the Eurotunnel.
Matthew, did you expect to be back on the continent so soon?
Not so soon, no.
Thank you. Take care. You may notice it's sunset. We arrive in Calais at 9:30. The route to get to Lake Como is a little bit complicated for reasons we'll get onto later. But our first stop is where, Matt?
First stop is Ghent.
Like with the Bentley film, Matthew planned basically the entire agenda. I'm just here for the ride. I have thought of something though that I will do, Matt, to spice up the film and prevent you from sleeping, because every time we do these adventures you spend 80% of the time asleep. So I got three...
Especially here, because this is a comfy car.
Yeah, this is a comfy car.
And I have brought my pillow.
Did you? I knew it.
And eye mask. And...
Excellent.
Oh, okay.
Right, but there's three things that I've got for you to keep you on your toes. Number one, I need you to find and spot another E38, just out and about.
Okay.
Second thing, I want you to spot a rare tuner BMW. Alpina, AC Schnitzer, Hammond, anything BMW that isn't factory, that is tuner, I'm interested. So
and this is anywhere? On the highway, in the cities?
Anywhere, mate. And last thing, a funny number plate. Because the Europeans, as we've noticed, have a really funny approach to number plates, and sometimes they put like weird English words like destroyer
or sexy
so yeah, so there's a free challenges for you to complete before we get to Lake Como.
Okay,
right, here we go again, mate. Excellent, onwards. Jesus Christ.
As the evening turned dusk into night, Mike's mighty 7 completed the 200-mile dash to our first pit stop with ease, even if his wing mirror was about to disintegrate and the speedo, ABS and stability control decided to utterly shit themselves. We arrived in Ghent just in time for a bang average kebab, the shop owner of which looked at us as if we were actual aliens before finally getting to the hotel and crashing for the night.
The next morning was an early start. With one night gone, today would be the big commuting day as we'd aim for sweet, sweet Italy by nightfall. Having taken in all of the grey sights of a clearly busy Ghent, and with Matt ticking off his very pretty bakery breakfast, we decided to get out of this place with a question lingering on our mind.
I have a bone to pick with Belgium, because they speak like 6 different languages here. Matt says they speak French, German and Dutch. But they're all like really different languages.
It's a mix of all of them. And every time we've interacted with someone, they've started speaking in a different language.
So how do you know like which one to say? Do you have to suss somebody out when you like see them? Oh, he looks a bit French speaking to me. You look German speaking, man. There's no way you're speaking any French, right?
You look Polish.
With that established, we cracked on and finally set sail on Europe's infinite network of motorway tarmac, and then instantly stopped cracking on because my bladder decided to join the Weak Bladder Owners Club. Here's me with my fellow club members. Anyway, this early pit stop did, however, give us a chance to gather important road trip essentials. But importantly, it teed Matthew up for an opportunity to complete his first road trip objective.
Right, literally as we get in the car, what have we found, Matt?
Check it out.
Check it out.
Balboni.
The Lambo with a gold wheel. Come on, and it has a Balboni plate. I mean, that is literally a Balboni edition Gallardo. These are really rare, Matt. They're rear-wheel drive, like named after a very famous Lamborghini test driver called Balboni. I'll give you half a point for that number plate. I reckon you could do better. Or is that a full point? What do you reckon?
Half a point.
Okay, half a point. Okay, well, that'll do.
The Balboni was good, but not good enough. However, as predicted, the funny Belgians do not disappoint, and another opportunity was waiting for me just as we left the services. And we found another one. Looks square.
I said this on the way here last night. Europeans love to put random fucking words on their number plates. There's no way in hell his surname is McSquare. I'm sorry, he's from Belgium. It's not McSquare.
Do you think he's a descendant of McLovin?
No. I mean, look at this. Stare at that motor. Anything's possible. McSquare. Alright, now you get a full point. A full point. There you go.
Matthew was off to a flying start on his 1,000-mile commuter challenge, as was my BMW. Despite being 30 years old, my car was designed precisely for this type of journey. The E38 generation of the 7 Series was BMW's largest and most luxurious product when it launched in 1994. It was aimed at businessmen who needed to cross the country at pace and comfort, which right now is me. With its centre armrest car phone and electric window blinds, this model was at the parapet of the car becoming more than just a method of transport. It was becoming the CEO's office. At least that's how I feel in my one. Today, car enthusiasts look back on this generation of 7 Series very fondly, with many calling it the best looking four-door saloon of all time. And right now, my one was storming through grey, flat Belgium at precisely 0 miles an hour, giving Matt and I a chance to have an important business meeting to tell you why our route to Italy is a bit odd.
We're about 35 minutes away from our first destination. We spent the last 2 hours driving through probably the most boring country in Europe.
And no disrespect to Belgium, but it does appear that there's just this permanent grey cloud sitting over the country.
Every time we drive through it or spend any time in Belgium, it is grey. So Matt, what's our first stop?
First stop is Luxembourg.
You're probably wondering why the hell are we going to Luxembourg if we're going to Italy? This is a personal thing for Matt.
Yeah, it's a personal accolade. So when I was 21, I set myself the goal of visiting 50 countries by the time I turned 30. And Luxembourg is a country I've not been to before. It's somewhere I have no plans or desire to want to go. But
there's nothing there.
Purely for a tick box exercise to cover off more ground, cover off more of the world. I thought, why not? Let's take a little detour. We're in that neck of the woods.
It's kind of en route.
Yeah.
So, are we getting lunch there?
We're getting lunch. We're going to stop. We'll have a little wander around, see what's going on.
And then you viewers get to find out what Luxembourg in Luxembourg is really like.
Yeah.
We have arrived in Luxembourg, and this place is so far
lovely.
Pretty nice.
It's sunny, which is always great when you're arriving in a new city.
Exactly, yeah. Before we roll through, we were doing some quick fact finding about Luxembourg, just to get a better understanding of what it is and why it exists. Obviously, the country is absolutely tiny.
You can drive across it in less than 45 minutes.
Yeah. And like most tiny countries, It's a tax haven.
Yes.
So this is a pretty wealthy part of the world.
So from the 90s onwards, after the tech boom and the rise of the internet, Luxembourg became a haven for banking. And as a result, they're a small but mighty country in terms of their output.
Here's another fun one. Luxembourg has the highest percentage of cars to people of anywhere in the world. For 1,000 people, 650 cars.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Although again, similarly to Belgium, they speak 3 languages here. I don't trust that.
Yeah.
Just pick one. Just stick to one. And just to clarify, I totally understand why they speak multiple languages. If you're a tiny nation, you need to speak multiple languages to increase the chances of getting trade and business from your neighbouring countries.
Apparently,
But still, pick a language.
they're quadlingual because they speak English, French, German,
and Dutch.
and also a fifth of the population here are also Portuguese, so they speak Portuguese as well. They're clever people, these Luxembourgers.
Luxembourgers.
The Luxembourgers, however, got the last laugh. It literally says, "You'll be towed away." As we spent the next 20 minutes getting mogged by parking restrictions.
So tight. There's no way I can make it in there.
And an underground car park with an impossible entrance system.
Oh, what does it say?
It says don't press it up there. That we struggled to fit inside of.
Oh my god, it's so tight. Am I on the left or right there, Matt?
Yeah. You're sweet. Loads of room. This is a tiny car park.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I genuinely had more visibility in the Bentley. And I've had this car for a long time now, and I still have absolutely no idea where the corners are. Oh yeah. Wait, check this bit out.
Whoa! Anyway, at least we had a local lunch to look forward to.
Green soup.
Have you seen those GeoGuessr videos where
Yeah.
they plonk you somewhere in the world and you have to guess where you are? This is one of those cities which feels quintessentially European and has, I mean, perhaps naively, me saying,
Looks like an AI generated sea.
yeah.
The menu isn't in English, obviously. Matt, they do white asparagus with scard. It's so nice in here. Right, cut recording. Matthew has brought us somewhere where you have to take out a mortgage to buy some beans or meat.
You need to be one of the CEOs. Check it out. This is the traditional Luxembourgese food. It's smoked sliced pork with green broad beans.
And potatoes.
After scoffing down a plate of quite literally beans, pork and potato, it was time to leave Europe's tiny country and continue with our 1,000-mile commute to Italy.
Right, Matthew, would you say you've ticked Luxembourg off?
Completed it, mate.
Yeah, we've been here for about an hour and a half. We realised that the food is a bit rubbish, but the waiter was lovely and the town...
It's very pretty and
very
clean.
pretty, yeah.
I know it's kind of cheating saying you've ticked it off, but we've had a meal, we've gone to the toilet.
I think
What more can you want?
the size of the country represents your duration.
Yeah, this is one of the smallest countries in Europe, so
you literally
you
can't
only
do
need
much
an
more.
hour. Have we told the viewers we're going to Liechtenstein next? I think we might.
Well, that's next for your list, isn't it?
Yeah.
What will your grand total of countries be at that point?
Liechtenstein later this afternoon. 42. Do you keep account of these things?
No. I don't even keep count of my mileage on the car because the speedo's broken. We haven't even spoken about my car this entire film.
Yeah, we'll come on to that.
I cut you a deal. When we get to Liechtenstein, we'll go find somewhere pretty and we can do a walk around.
But I'm guessing if you followed Candy for a little while, the amount he harps on about this car,
I
you
know.
probably have some idea.
It feels a bit odd doing a video on it. Admittedly, we weren't supposed to drive this.
You're giving away all the details.
Okay. We'll speak about it later. Okay.
And so, with our Luxembourg objective finally complete, we set our sights onto the next commuting challenge. Liechtenstein was 360 miles away, and we had important 7 Series business to discuss before sunset, so I kicked the 7 down into interstellar mode and went hunting for bugs in the fast lane.
So we're stopping off for our first full tank since we set off from the UK. We're about an hour outside of Strasbourg in France. Making good time, making good tracks.
It feels smooth. It feels smooth here. In the UK, the petrol pump's like...
Can you clip it so it just is permanently on?
Yeah, but I have to use this. There you go.
Technologia.
Technologia. You look like you're about to ask me something. Coming over, big grin in your face.
No. Can you get me some chocolate?
Yeah, shall I do your little surprise again?
A rare moment where the French are on strike. Wonder what for.
Just having a poke at the Ferrari merge. 40 euros. Hamilton. St. Louis. Said it before, I'll keep saying it, the best part of a road trip is getting your car absolutely filled with tube and using it. Check this out, Matt. Cool. That's a big old kill streak down here. Absolutely peppered in flies. Peppered, that's a rare case where you can use the word peppered in a sentence that doesn't include cooking. I've got us some Nagatis. A very suspect sounding bar of, I don't even know if it's chocolate. I reckon now we've got a full tank of fuel, it's about 4 hours and 40 minutes to get there. I'll probably just one bang it, I reckon.
Okay.
Cool.
That's like driving to Devon or Cornwall.
Yeah.
With the 7 topped up, we go back on the road. I get a lot of questions about my car, but the most common one, without a doubt, for some reason, asks me about how the car does on fuel. My car is the 728, powered by the smallest petrol engine in the lineup. A 2.8 naturally aspirated straight 6 called the M52. My car has the early engine with the single Vanos, the M52 B28. But anyway, by today's standards, in a 1.8 ton car, this 190 brake horsepower engine is quite the boat anchor. But back in 1996, it was the largest 6-cylinder engine BMW offered in their everyday cars, gaining a reputation for reliability, robustness, and smoothness. It's often regarded as one of BMW's best engines ever. And yet, despite this, most 7 Series of my generation came with a big V8. The V8s are much faster and sound amazing, but in my opinion come compromised with reliability issues and genuinely terrible fuel economy in urban environments. The gearing in those cars is the same as in my 728, meaning both cars considered the Autobahn the natural habitat for the E38 at 100 miles an hour at just 3,000 RPM. In my opinion, that is the real party piece of the E38. Even my small engine car, loaded with passengers and luggage, will comfortably get to 140 miles an hour and just sit there with ease. Around town, in the King's Imperial Gallon, my car will see 18 mpg. If I sit behind a truck on the motorway, I'll get 40. At Concorde speeds though, a journey to Italy and back, like the one we're doing in this film, is a total of around 2,000 miles, with mixed motorway sprints and, as you'll soon see, mountainous passes. On an adventure like this, you can expect an average of about 25 mpg. Anyway, enough of all that stuff. Check this out.
Right, Matthew, are you excited? Because when we take a right here, across this bridge, you would have entered your 42nd country?
42nd.
42nd, entering Liechtenstein.
Only when I touch down and go to the toilet though.
Yeah, that's what it is. You have to have a meal and use the bathroom. There it is, the border. Looks pretty nuts, doesn't it?
Yeah, the landscape around here is pretty special.
Absolutely beautiful. We just watched a video about Liechtenstein to get a slightly better understanding of what the hell goes on in here. And this is the 6th smallest country in the world.
That's crazy.
That's tiny. And bizarrely, it is wealthier than Switzerland.
Per capita.
Per capita.
Per person, they say, output-wise, each person generates around 130,000 euros
A year.
per year, which is really crazy.
That's ridiculous.
And there's actually more jobs than there are people, because people come in from neighbouring countries like Switzerland and Germany to work. So
Yeah.
unemployment, no problem.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a job, come to Liechtenstein.
Come to Liechtenstein, yeah.
And they don't even have a primary export either.
No, they don't. False teeth, actually.
False teeth,
Liechtenstein
yeah.
supply 20% of the false teeth sold worldwide,
Yeah.
which is quite a big,
False teeth, big business.
big business. They've got quite a stronghold over the market. We were also told that only about 60 people per year become residents of Liechtenstein, which goes to show migration in here is tiny. Yeah, and I'm not sure what Matt's got in store for us, but I'm following his pin here,
Yeah.
and we're going to start climbing now.
With dinner time looming, I found us the perfect Liechtensteinian restaurant at the top of these beautiful surrounding mountains, giving us not only a place to pull over and grab a bite, but also finally get tucked into our commuter chariot.
So we've made it to the top of the hill, and lo and behold, Matthew's restaurant is shut. But I did promise you that we'll get a nice walk around of the car. It's about to get dark. It's quite wet, cold and miserable, but I'm a man who keeps his promise. This is the car that's got us this far already. My 1996 BMW 728 IE38 in the colour Mojave Brown. Quite a rare colour this. Not too many came in this colour, especially in right-hand drive. My one is very special to me. I've owned it for about 3 years and I love it dearly. It's my only car. I get to drive loads of cool things through Candy and with your help, but this is the ultimate palate cleanser. This car to me is like a glass of water. You can have a glass of water at any point of the day, regardless if you're sober, hungover, drinking, whenever, having dinner, hanging out with your mates. A glass of water is just nice and it's mine. I'm very, very lucky to have it. It's on about 140,000 miles. Maybe, I'm not really too sure because as you could probably tell by the footage in the film already, the bloody speedo doesn't work and it hasn't worked for about a year because the wheel speed sensor is broken and I can't be bothered to fix it. Otherwise, she is genuinely really sweet. She stinks a bit right now of oil, brake dust, tyres, everything because we've just climbed like literally a mountain and it does take it out in an old car, but otherwise, this is great. It's got loads of period goodies. It has a phone in the center armrest. The seats are heated and they've got lumbar support and back support. It has a rear blind which goes up and down if I press a button. I don't know, I love it. And interestingly, this car, or rather this model, in my opinion, was probably the model that made you, Matt, cameraman Matt, fall in love with cars. I remember, this is my second E38, my blue one, loved it to bits as well. I remember I picked Matt up in that, he's like, bloody hell, this is it, this is motoring. You can fit your mates in it, it's comfortable, it's quiet, it's smooth, and even with this small engine, the 2.8 litre straight six, it's still plenty enough. I've been sat at Autobahn speeds, it's quiet, it's smooth, I can keep up with traffic, I can pull away from a traffic jam. It's mega, I love it. And it's going to keep me warm, because I'm bloody freezing right now. I don't know about you, Matt. I reckon let's hop in and find another Liechtensteinian restaurant. I love this thing, fucking love it. Oh, it's so cold, oh my God. Where should we go? Down the hill? Up the hill? Yeah, me too. I'm cold and wet. Right, let's go find some food, Matt.
Ham and sticker. All right, I give you that point, Matt.
Challenge 2 of 2.
Ham and sticker. I mean, it didn't really have any other jazzy bits on it visually, but it did have a ham and sticker. So I'm going to assume under the bonnet is a little ham and air intake. So I'll give you that. Okay, 2 out of 2, complete.
I'll take that as a W. Right, it is 9:30. We've been on the road all day and we finally sat down for some food. The first 3 restaurants I tried, all closed. None just seemed to be open, or their kitchens close at like 7 o'clock in in the afternoon, which is just crazy. But we found somewhere.
Yeah.
The view would be lovely as well,
But
but you can't see anything.
He
It's
was
just
me.
black.
Hello. Anyway, we're hungry, we're tired, and we're still 3 hours away from where we're going tonight. So this is the last pit stop, hopefully, before
We'll
Lake
take you down
Como.
and we'll pick up back
Tomorrow.
in the car.
Or back in the car, or tomorrow. We'll see, we'll see.
As it turns out, we wouldn't see anything at all. Having finished our very untraditional Liechtensteinian burger and chips, we hit the road yet again for our final 3-hour night stint to Italy. And of course the Italians made sure this wasn't straightforward, closing our motorway and forcing us to complete the journey on twisty, blind, pitch-black mountainous passes, with nothing but a set of 30-year-old high beams and a frozen minimap to keep us going. But finally, after 18 hours on the road, our 1,000-mile commute in my 30-year-old BMW was complete. What we didn't know though was that BMW had quite the morning in store for us.
As you can tell, the next day has begun, and it's a cool already. We're at Villa Urba, and we are filming ultimately an advert for BMW. It's quite crazy. This is where my acting career begins, Matt. If you see me in Titanic 2, this is where it began, on that little coffee table there, doing finger acting.
You heard it here first. The new Leo DiCaprio.
I wish.
You look like him too.
My nan says I look like Al Pacino.
Mike spent the whole morning prancing around on camera for BMW. He would star in a couple of Instagram commercials for a summer exhibition at the iconic BMW Weltmuseum, which celebrated BMWs styled by Italian design houses. So naturally, Lake Como made for the perfect backdrop. The day filming required another early start and took up half of our day. But getting to see how these bigger, slicker productions are made, while taking in everything Lake Como had to give, gave us a lot to think about.
It's about 20 degrees and it's 9 in the morning, and I'm sat on Lake Como filming an advert for BMW, wearing Luro Piana trousers and a Gucci shirt. What do you think, Matt?
We worked hard for this.
Hard for this, yeah. We made a whole 8 films on YouTube. So, yeah. And we drove it. How much talent do you reckon drives across Europe to get to shoots?
Not much.
In a 30-year-old BMW. Nobody.
The plot of the campaign was simple. Mike would read about the exhibition in a newspaper while having his breakfast, then hail a classic 5 Series taxi to swoop him away from his Italian villa up to Bavaria to check out the action for himself.
These bad boys have been in this entire advert. I get to take them off at the end, like a superstar.
But BMW didn't just hire out this beautiful Villa Urba for this piece of marketing, as the next day BMW would host their own enormous concourse at the front of the manor, giving us a chance to get stuck in and park our 7 right out front, alongside a hand-selected batch of BMWs ranging from immaculately restored concourse-grade collector pieces to modified race cars and just about everything in between. That would be tomorrow, but first, a long overdue lunch. Been a long day of filming for Mike so far. We're up in the hills. We just stopped at a lovely restaurant. There's something about being in Italy, having the bread basket come, a Coca-Cola with ice and lemon.
It's life-changing, honestly.
We got starters and mains on the way.
Just saying that makes me feel so good.
God is good.
God is good. Yeah.
Check it out.
Sleepy.
Tough day for some.
But, no, to be honest, I was explaining to Matt that being on camera without having to manage any of the production side is actually a lot easier to do than kind of doing the films we do, because it's just us two having to manage all the filters, all the cameras, making sure everything's charged, where we are, what we're saying, what we're doing. This morning, I was simply told, yeah, Mike, stand there and say this. Cool. I don't have to worry about anything other than getting dressed this morning. That's literally it. So no, I'm not tired at all.
Anyway, stop yapping. Let's
see. Sorry. Onwards. Pronto.
Enhance. Mike, look what I found.
Well
it's
done.
an E38.
That's an amazing machine.
Wow.
Yeah,
Very
good
nice.
man. That's gorgeous. That's an old chap driving it as well. That is a Mac. That's so much nicer than
It's
mine.
lovely.
Good auto. Love it. Very good. Wow, amazing. Hope he's coming with us.
Completed my challenge.
You have. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
What do I get?
I don't fucking know, mate. There you go. A pat on the back, mate. Well done. Was that worth it?
No.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, mate. You should see the Oh, I love your car. Beautiful car, sir. Are we going that way as well?
With the campaign filming done and my commuter challenge finally complete, Mike and I could finally unwind for the rest of the day. We put the cameras down for the afternoon, caught up with some friends and monged out around Villa Urba until Mike bumped into his idol, the actual BMW Welt Museum E46.
Yeah, okay, mate. Sorry, I don't mean to hijack your voiceover. I won't do it again, I promise. But this is such a special car. It is literally the display vehicle they keep in the 3 Series hall in Munich. It is the E46 Holy Grail. And I've taken photos of it every time I visited. Look, here's a photo of me with it in 2022, and here's another photo I took in 2023. Look, this car, to me, is the best E46 and 3 Series on this planet. It's a super early car with the M52 engine, M-Tech 1 bumpers, projector headlights, amber indicators, shallow style 32s, and I didn't know this up until now because in the museum you can't physically get up onto the platform it's displayed on. It is a manual. And I got to sit in it. Oh my god. Look, the BMW Classic technicians unloading it were very friendly and quite enthusiastic about me poking around the car. The icing on the cake? And again, I didn't know this up until now, but it has 1,000 miles on the clock. Unbelievable. You could feel it, you could see it, and you could smell it. This is a brand new E46. I don't think I'll ever get a chance to see one this fresh again. A real highlight of the trip.
You done, mate?
Yeah, sorry.
Right. The day finished with us taking part in the new M2 CS global reveal, hanging out with some bigwigs from BMW M before heading back to our hotel and crashing for the night. Tomorrow would be the final day of our BMW adventure, and it would be a big one.
Hello and welcome back to our third day of our epic European road trip film in our 7 Series and our second day in Italy. Yesterday we spent the entire day filming an advert on the other side of this villa for BMW Welt, and today we get to enjoy a BMW car show they host the day after and they've invited us to. We're going to have a little look around, a little rummage, see what we can find. Think of this as a Harry Metcalf auction walk around, just without Harry Metcalf and without the auction, but instead it's me talking about BMWs, like a 7 Series, there's in front of that guy there, and many other things. There is one more model here that celebrates a 50th birthday, and it's the BMW 3 Series. One of my specialties. So I reckon we'll go and have a rummage, see what we can find. Matt, come join me. Let's go have a look. All right, this would be way too easy for me to make this entire segment about these guys here. There's just a bunch of E38s parked together. The European cars are simply a lot nicer than ours, I think. They have nicer specs and they're all interesting. This was in our hotel car park with us overnight. Swiss registered, individual, really dark blue. It looks a bit like Orient, with an amazing grey champagne interior and a two-tone wheel, very cool. There's a whole range of eras and range of models. Literally anything BMW got invited to this event. You have everything from basically every 5 Series ever made to every 7 Series ever made. I can't help but gravitate over to the 7 Series, mate. Check this one out, this is pretty cool. It's travelled all the way from Istanbul, 2,000 kilometres to be here. So we no longer get the award for the furthest travelled, Matt. There's someone who's outdone us in a nicer car than mine. This is really nice. 2000 Ti Lux. This is part of that 70s newer classer thing that happened with BMW, where they had a new design language and they had something new to stand for, which is basically what's going to happen in the future, the next 2 or 3 years with the modern newer class. And they're taking starting inspirations from this stuff. This is 120 brake horsepower. I think it's a 4-cylinder engine, and it was known for being able to go pretty quick in a straight line, which is what we know BMW's for today. This will do 110 miles an hour on the motorway. No problem. Back in like 1971, 2. Pretty cool. Loads and loads and loads of Stance Nation cars. This used to be my bread and butter. This is what Candy was founded on. Cars on shiny wheels with tight thermin, usually on air suspension. If you're a big man, static. These lot from All Trace, Polish group. They organise a huge event in Poland. Came down here and took over this little area in front of the villa with some modified cars. Very cool. I personally like it. Matt doesn't care about it. I can see him itching to crack on with the film. So on to the next thing. A couple of matching Polish Z4s, 3-litre SIs, nice cars. We were supposed to come here in a BMW Z4. We actually had a press car organised and it fell through literally the day before we left. So there could have been 3 Z4s here, but there isn't. Would I have enjoyed the trip more in a Z4? Probably not. They're okay. I don't have anything to say about Z4s. Just like a 3 Series, just with less space. This is cool. Assistenza. I assume it means assistance. Little Maserati assistants in the Scelti car supporting the big brother here. Cool to see them two together. You're pointing a camera at a stance car, Matt. I thought you didn't like these. This is really nice though. Oxford Green Z3 on BBS RSs and air suspension. This was not planned, but Matt's pointing the camera at this, so he must like it. Rare Matt stance moment. No, not of that or this, Matt. At that. Yeah, car of the show, baby. Well, there's a crowd around it. She likes it. Yeah, I like it too. I like it too. We're making our way over to the back of the villa now. Don't worry if you're waiting for the 3 Series bit, it is coming. But no, before we talk about these, the 1M, a line of 100 of them. This one's the best one because it's got chrome trim, but they're all pretty good. The 1M is an interesting product because it was the real first modern M car that was turbocharged as opposed to naturally aspirated. So when they first came out, the critics were like, oh no, BMW have lost the plot. These were supposed to be like revvy naturally aspirated cars like the E46 M3, E36 M3. These lot stuck a turbo onto an N engine, just still a 6-cylinder straight 6, and actually people love them. They drive brilliantly. And they're short and stubby and a bit muscular. A little bit like the E30 M3. Right, to the lake. Behind me is a row of E36 M3 GTs. This is probably the rarest, most sought after E36 M3 product. They all came in green with green interiors and they had these sexy lower lip splitters. It's extremely busy here, by the way, which is why I can probably see loads of people behind me. I'd love to tell you all about them, but they're all the same, and I don't actually know much about them. I'll cut to some beautiful drone B-roll and voiceover mic.
Ah yes, the E36 M3 GT. Only 400 of these green bandits were ever produced as a homologation special back in 1995. BMW made these cars so the E36 M3 was more competitive in the FIA GT Championship, amongst a few others. These cars had lightweight bits such as aluminium doors, saving some 30 kilo over the regular car, but they also got stiffer trick suspension bits, additional bracing and bigger aero. Check out that splitter on the front bumper. Importantly though, the engines in these cars were also spruced up with some individual throttle bodies and a higher compression ratio, meaning it screamed more, but more importantly, also got 9 more horsepower. All GTs came in British racing green, which is ironic because right-hand drive UK spec cars, of which there were 50, didn't come with any of the engine bits. Interesting.
Thank you, voiceover Mike. It's nice to see all those M3 GTs together at Villa Urba. Villa Urba is the sister villa to Ville d'Est, and Ville d'Est is where probably the most prestigious concourse in the whole of Europe happens, and that's happening tomorrow. It's nice to see BMW have such a strong affiliation with something so posh and upmarket because, you know, it is a luxury brand, and I think the products are very good as well. Right, I know you want to see the 3 Series bit, so the next up is the 3 Series bit. We've made it. there's some really interesting BMW 3 Series here, because this year BMW celebrates 50 years of the 3 Series. There's a lot of 50th anniversaries going on. There's everything here, every generation, every engine, every model, and I'll show you my favourite ones. Down there is an E30 Touring 325xi, a 4-wheel drive, 6-cylinder, biggest engine E30 Touring they came in. Hen's teeth, you'll never find that in the UK. So let's go down there somewhere to find it. And it's a manual. 200,000 kilometers on the clock, about 120,000 miles. This, I think, is probably one of the rarest E30s you can get. It's 4-wheel drive, it's manual, it's got a 2.5 litre straight-six engine. This had a bigger capacity engine than an M3. It's not sporty, it's not as quick, but it's cool. It's really cool. Well, this badge here, what it actually says is unicorn. Very cool. That's cool, but I think this thing tickles my balls the most out of any car here. Really early, silver, straight-six, BMW E46 Coupe. I've had 3 of these. That's how much I like them. I want to buy another one, but this one specifically because it looks exactly like the one from the brochure photos, and it's got really cool European optional extras that we just never see in the UK. It's got cloth seats, manual climate control, straight 6-cylinder engine. You can tell by the chrome trim on the side of the car, it tells you it's a 6-pot. Shallow style 32s, and it's immaculate. I'm going to buy one of these probably. The heart gets what the heart wants. This is something you buy with your heart, one of these. Very nice. No buttons on the wheel either. That's so weird. Very, very good weird though. Cool. Check out the rig on that. Maybe one day we could afford some equipment like that, and we can make something that looks a bit sharper. Because right now, this is my setup. There he is. Nice M3 behind you though, Matt. It's lovely. Well, what do we have here? A compact California. I said earlier the M3 GT is like the rarest thing ever. This gives it a good run for its money. Small little 4-cylinder engine in these things, but they come with an open air ragtop roof. It's brilliant. Reminds me of the Polo we just bought. It's just significantly cooler. This is fantastic. It's been lowered a little bit. I've genuinely never seen one in this spec though. A few of these came to the UK. Most were black. This one, a bright green Sprite spec. I've never seen an interior like that before. This has to be an individual. Really, really rare car. This is brilliant. Every single generation of the 3 Series. Pick your favourites, guys. My favourite is probably the E46, to be honest. I do like the E36. I originally wanted an E36, but I could never get insured on one in London because it's just so expensive. So I settled for the E46, and I've since fallen in love with them. Here's something fun about the E36. If you find the early kind of POV spec model for the poverty versions, such as this one, it comes with dark plastic bumpers. You think it's raw plastic, it isn't. It's normal plastic, just painted to look cheap. Interesting.
Truth be told, there's something interesting to be said about every BMW at Villa Urba. I love these cars. Their elegance and fun, with sociability at the core of their values. They mean a lot to me. I've owned BMWs now for the last third of my life. My first one was a plucky 318, a car I waited my entire childhood for and purchased with my first bit of earnings as a teenager. Today, I've tried and driven basically every BMW made, having owned 8 in the process. Being here in Italy and getting the chance to be involved with the brand directly is something that would make my younger self grin from ear to ear, and I'm very proud of that. Best of all though, I got to do it with my best mate in the best car I've genuinely ever laid my hands on. My humble, tired but perfect old 7 Series. Thank you viewers from the bottom of my heart for giving me the platform to do that. And with that, our 1,000 mile commute in my 30-year-old BMW comes to an end. Nearly, because there's just one more thing left to do. The 7 earns another stripe. The Swiss vignette, €40 for a whole year, and you cannot buy a cheaper one for a shorter period, so on she goes. Go on.
And of course, we made it back to England yet again without a single issue. This trip has reminded me just how much I love this bloody car. It's fantastic in every single measurable metric that I care about. And I feel very lucky to have another road trip with it under my belt. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, feel free to check out our other videos on the right-hand side of your screen. If you want to support the channel further than that, we also have a web store where we sell merchandise like t-shirts and hats, and we also have channel memberships which give you access to updates other people don't usually get. Thanks for watching again, take care, and we'll see you, hopefully, in the next film. Who knows, we might go to Europe again. Who knows?